if they're not rebelling against him when he gets up to preach. A lot of times a preacher has to lay down the law because the devil's working so strong. But if you'll just start seeking the Lord like you should and studying and praying and just get over your opinions, and I don't think a preacher ought to preach like that. I don't think they ought to do that in the church. I don't think they ought to do this in the church. And I don't think preachers ought to do it like this. And if you get over that, and seek God for yourself right there, God will deal with you as a nurse cherishes her children right there. That's a good relationship. It says, so being affectionately desirous of you, we were willing to have imparted unto you not the gospel of God only, but also our own souls right there. Notice that. Paul lived a good example to everybody that he preached to. We need to stop being hypocrites. You know, over there in Matthew where it says, judge not to be not judged. Think about that just a little bit. What is God really trying to say to us? Is he saying that we don't have no right to judge nobody? No. The Word of God judges people. The Spirit of God judges people. Preachers judge people as long as they do it in the Lord. Right there. But what he's saying is, get that, you hypocrite, first get that beam out of your eye that you may see clearly to get the little mote out of your brothers. You see, you're trying to paint your brother as he has this big old sin when the whole time you got the big sin, you got the beam, but you're trying to get this little mote out of your brother's eye. If you'd stop judging like that right there, you'd be a better Christian. You'd be a better person. You got to kind of overlook some things. You know what I'm talking about? People are not perfect. People are not going to line up with the word of the Lord. And yes, we're to preach against that and stuff like that, but I'm not here to make people do God's will. God don't make me do his will. I don't make my wife do God's will. That's her choice. I don't make my children do God's will, except when they live with me, I spank them, I raise them up right, I love them right there, and I spank them for the right reasons. And I discipline the right reason. I talk to them about certain things and try to teach them. And they love me. And they're grown now, but they love me. And they're not trying to run their mouth and go away from me. You know, I heard one preacher that his children don't like him. As they got older, they're rebelling against him. They're making videos against him and stuff like that. Something wasn't right. You see what I'm talking about? I disciplined my kids. I brought them to church. They felt God in the services. They felt reality of the Lord. You know what I'm talking about? I try to live right in front of them. Yeah, I wasn't perfect. If you're perfect, raise your hand. Let me see it. And I'll tell you, you're the biggest liar. But I try to live right in front of them. Try to love them. I spank them for the right